I am very happy to be joined by Thomas from Snapfix today. We have had the opportunity to work with Snapfix since the end of 2022, and we've been working closely with Thomas and his team for just over a year now. Thank you so much for being on this call, Thomas. We really appreciate it. We are keen to chat through your experience with Comparesoft and any feedback you'd like to share with us. So to get things started, can we please ask you to introduce yourself and share a quick overview of what Snapfix does?
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for having me, Kathy. My name is Thomas Feeney. I'm the marketing manager here at Snapfix. For those who don't know who Snapfix is the centralized operations platform that transforms how teams coordinate maintenance and communications. I suppose our USP is that we use photo-first work orders and that take just 3 seconds to create. And we can help properties achieve up to 15% productivity improvements while also creating a 10% cost reduction, which all kind of eliminates communication breakdowns. And yeah, just to kind of, I suppose, to summarize what we are is like we're the single source of truth for all operational activities. We're not just another maintenance app or maintenance tool.
Amazing. Awesome. Thank you so much for that intro. Just to jump straight into some questions, how has your experience working with Comparesoft been?
Yeah, very good. So I've been at Snapfix for the last year and a half. I was introed to Comparesoft on my first day, to Kathy and the team. Once they found out I was new to Snapfix, they quickly organized a kind of a reintroduction call, which I remember thinking at the time was very valuable. I suppose starting in a new role, it was my first time working in this industry as well. We primarily serve hotels and other facilities such as schools, managed apartments and whatnot. It was my first time working in this industry, and for the first couple of weeks, you're learning a lot. You're learning a lot about the audience and about kind of how your product fits in and kind of the story that you're telling. So my first impressions of Comparesoft was that I was actually really impressed that they took the time to kind of, I suppose, hold my hand and go through it again from the start. Even though they had a very established relationship with my predecessor, they made a point of kind of re-onboarding me to it, which I was very grateful for.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. And how has Comparesoft impacted your lead generation?
I think as a marketer, you're always trying to find what's going to generate you a consistent number of MQLs. And it's the conundrum that I know breaks a lot of marketing managers' hearts, is you kind of pin your hopes to one channel or an activity and you initially see great uptake from it. And then you have this little pitter patter out as it kind of winds down as a channel. Either because it's become, it's something that was an initial trend that has kind of phased away and people are kind of getting sick of it, for want of a better word. A big example of that was like cold emails, which was, a huge thing a couple of years ago, and everyone was on it and everyone was doing it and everyone was talking about it. Whereas, yeah, we're constantly looking to find that channel and create that MQL engine, that we know if we put in X, we get out Y. And I feel that Comparesoft has become that partner for us. We work really well, it has become that channel, but also the partner for us as well. It's two things. We work really closely with Kathy, yourself, and the team in its entirety. And we can pretty much set our watch to what's going to come through on a monthly basis. It fluctuates obviously up and down, but by minor percentages towards the downside. If anything, it tends to trend up the more we kind of integrate with one another, the stronger the partnership gets. So yeah, I think for ourselves, it's definitely become a very steady and reliable source of MQLs for us. And to speak of kind of the quality that's there as well, we've noticed that the typical deal size, I won't talk about specific kind of metrics around that, but we've definitely noticed not only the MQLs that are coming through are increasing in the velocity at which they close at. It's also the cost per deal, or the cost per acquisition, or the deal size itself is also increasing as well. So it's kind of like a win-win really, for ourselves to kind of continue this partnership with Comparesoft.
Amazing. Just from my side as well, it's been really amazing over the last few months how things have really ramped up with Snapfix, and we've really seen that increase in engagements as well. Yeah, really good to see. Next question: what has stood out to you about working with Comparesoft?
I suppose a couple of things. I've talked about kind of the quality, which is like the metrics that I'm measured on is like the quantity that comes through, and then also the quality in terms of what closes. But on the softer skill side, it's definitely kind of how responsive the team are. If there's anything a query that I want to flesh out, or kind of a strategy, or want to run by them, or if we want to kind of slightly change how we position ourselves in the market, which quite often happens within startup companies. I find that the hands-on approach that Comparesoft have, as well as kind of their willingness to be flexible and to be agile, has benefited us massively. It's particularly, we're a growing company. We have just under 40 employees at the moment, and while the company is still quite new, we're changing constantly, and we need that flexibility with our partnerships that we have around us as well. So I feel like Comparesoft has been able to offer us that, and it doesn't feel like it's a mutual partnership. It kind of sometimes feels like we're shoulder to shoulder kind of in it, both running at the same problem.
Exactly. Awesome. Thank you so much for that. And finally, can you please share a success story that has come directly from one of our leads?
Yeah, absolutely. So as I mentioned, we have kind of our specific audience that we go after, and then it fluctuates outside of that. We also remain flexible, hence why we work with like schools and other facility management properties. And I feel like as our partnership with Comparesoft has grown, their understanding of our product as well has grown. So they can match us to companies that not necessarily we wouldn't have considered, but that I certainly would not have gone after directly as part of my marketing outreaches. So it's fantastic to have kind of someone in the background advocating, be like, yeah, no, there is a match here, there is a fit here. These people would benefit from Snapfix. And we've had several of those type of MQLs come through that have closed. That's really made me think like, oh wow, it's not only like, am I getting revenue from this, but it's also kind of guiding the overall how I kind of approach the product itself. It's very easy to stick with one specific vertical and kind of get quite obsessive about that, which it does serve its purpose in terms of like just picking one and kind of running at it. But it's great to see that, I suppose Comparesoft is advocating for us in other verticals as well.
Amazing. Thank you. That's really, really good feedback, really good insight. Really appreciate it. We thoroughly enjoy working with you and the whole Snapfix team. And we are super excited to keep building on this partnership and supporting your continued success.